Wise Pineapples. Welcome to the Juicy Tidbits podcast, where my mission is to energize you, your team, and your sweet results. I'm your host, Christine Trippi, the Chief Fun Officer here at the Wise Pineapple. Today, my guest star is Peggy Olson. Peggy is the Managing Director for Carver-Olson Hospitality Search, the HR Director at the Carver Companies, and she has spent her life in hospitality, helping make dreams come true for others. And she has made dreams come true for me too. I fully believe that I am where I am today because of Peggy. She is one of my all-time favorite people. Please welcome Peggy Olson. Hello, Peggy.
Hi, Christine. Greetings from Minnesota. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, you know what? I actually forgot that you were up in Minnesota. How's the weather doing there?
It's hot and muggy, just like everywhere. But thank you also for acknowledging that you and I go way back.
Way back.
I saw a sparkle in you back in 2004, and that's kind of what I want to talk about today. So
that great. It all ties in. And Peggy, I have to take this a minute to use this platform to give you profound thanks. I feel so grateful right now that I get this opportunity to do this. I know I've told you a million times, but now I feel like I'm telling the world. You hired me at the Chicago Marriott Northwest, which yes, you did, which really gave me my restart back into hospitality. For 10 years prior, I was working 2 or 3 days a week at a Hampton Inn, just at the front desk, part-time, while I was raising my family. And this is my first manager position back in hospitality. And you gave me that chance back in. And then it was years later, after you remembered how fun I was, that you recruited me for the Director of Fun. Oop, I got it right here. The Director of Fun at Key Lime Club Water, which literally was a dream come true for me. I'm so grateful to you. Thank you for everything and for always believing me.
I'm honored. Thank you. You've done amazing things.
Thank you so much. And if you're an HR leader out there, I want you to never underestimate the value of your role, not only in compliance and keeping people diverse and healthy and happy and safe, but in helping people live their dreams. You got such a great gig.
They really do. And may I add to that a little bit?
Yes, please.
Because I think that's some of what we're going to talk about today is that you came to the interview. I mean, you came in like any other candidate on paper, but you walked in a pink suit and pink shoes. And you may not remember that, but you stepped onto the marble and you were smiling just like you are today. And in that moment, I'm like, I'm hiring her. Like, I knew I was going to hire you, or I was going to encourage my GM to hire you. And that's really what, well, I'll let you take it from here, but that's really what I wanted to talk with you about on your broadcast.
I love it. I love you. I know you're going to have so many juicy tips for everybody. I love it. But first I want to know your all this participation in Carver that you've been with Carver for years now. Tell us, what is Carver all about and how can Carver help our listeners?
Sure. So I joined the Carver Companies first and foremost as a vendor to them. Joel Carver, who I've known a very long time, just a leader in hospitality, as well as Charlie Carter, were doing task force. They were fielding task force needs, and they hired me to find them consultants. And so this was a really great opportunity for people that weren't getting looked at for permanent positions to get out on the road and bring their expertise to temporary roles. So that's really how we started. It was sort of a natural fit that they would have a call from like the Chicago Marriott Northwest to say, we need a front office manager. And they would say, do you know of any good search firms? And I was doing some search work at the time. So we just formalized the relationship. And in 2016, we formed a joint venture. Nice. So Carver is really, I mean, their catchphrase is the only name you need, because whether it's task force or permanent search, we can do both. And we also offer an option of task to perm. So just like consultants can go out on an assignment and try out the vibe and the hotel and the GM, the same is true for the client. And so within weeks, months, sometimes they go ahead and hire that person permanently. So for people who are skeptical, or maybe want to just, maybe they think they won't like Boise, Idaho, okay? But they go to Boise, Idaho, and they work there for 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and they are like, oh my God, I love it here.
Right.
It's sort of like
buy to own.
Try before you buy, which is, referring to cars or things like that. But, the same is true for relocation. I think we go and tour an area and think, oh, I'll love it there, and then get there and find out all the things we didn't know. So task to perm is another excellent way for our hospitality people to try something out and make sure they like it.
I love it. I love it. So if you're out there listening and you're still in that job search, Carver and Peggy are people that are... Peggy is a person that can help you. Carver's a company that can help you, that can help you find that next dream job. And she's done it for me twice.
Absolutely. Yes. And, I also would add that, and I think we can dabble with a sensitive topic here, but people who are further along in their career that maybe are not getting noticed, and we all know there's some age discrimination going on out there. We are plug and play. Those of us that are seasoned veterans, and I'll put myself in that category, you can put me anywhere. I could be your HR director, Marriott, Hilton, Sonesta, whatever. So I think it's a great way to add empowerment, which I know is one of your words, to people who feel like undervalued. I mean, this is a space where they're incredibly valued because on cue, light speed, opera, bossy, whatever skills they have, we need those skills.
Yes, and nobody can pitch you better than Peggy. That's so true. Well, Peggy, you know that each episode is just a quick, juicy tidbit of inspiration to help our leaders to be confident, be empowered, or to lead from the heart. So I think I know which one you're focusing on, which is?
Empowerment.
Yes, be empowered. Awesome. And I believe, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, I believe you're going to share a little bit of the Villa Differente.
Okay, Christine, it's Viva la différence. Yeah.
That's it.
So thank you for teeing me up.
Yes, go ahead.
I do think I'm going to use you as an example again. When you walked in a pink suit and pink shoes, a lot of people might say, ooh, why would you wear pink to an interview, right? But we all know black traditional suit is the way to go for a hotel job. But what you brought to that was a part of you that made you the director of fun. So when candidates come to you and they're not 100% perfect, what I try to tell my clients is that the differences in people are what make them special, right? So your pink suit and your big smile and your big personality may not always be for every environment, but
you're killing me. I love it.
It's what I call it, when you hire the entire person, you get everything. You get skills, you get experience, you get a 4-year degree if that's what you want. But you also get, maybe they're musical, maybe they're theatrical, maybe they're a great cook on the side, or whatever their whole person is. That's what you want to look at, because I know it's an old saying, but you can hire the smile and train the skill, right? So what they bring to you, just their essence of who they are, is going to benefit you if it fits your environment. So, look at their differences and value their differences. And to candidates out there and to task force consultants out there, Don't be afraid to show your differences. Don't be afraid to wear a pink suit, if you will. I empower you to let those attributes about yourself come forward and don't try to hide them. There's a saying about recruiting that we prep our candidates. And, my feeling is that if I prep a candidate to interview well, did you really get who they really are? So it's like once they start, over time, if they've shown you in the interview that there's something they're not, that isn't really truly them. So if Christine had come in a buttoned up, black suit with pearls, we would not have known the outrageous, crazy, fun, benefits, creativity. She can make DVDs. Remember that? I still have my DVD from our hotel. When a client called and said, I have a really tough search for you. You're going to need to find me a director of fun. I hung up the phone and was like, I know exactly who I'm going to call, because you showed me all of who you are. Yes. So, viva la différence. The differences in us is what makes us unique and better.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, I love it. Love those tips. And I honestly do not remember showing up in that pink suit, but now I have to write a book. Wear your pink suit.
And the pink shoes. It was, that was really something that you were very put together.
Now, Peggy, I wear pineapple shoes.
But do you see how that was part of you? Like you were very matched and put together and professional. I believe you had a pink purse, even.
I love that so much. It's such a fun story, and truly, and I'll tell you this that stayed with me forever to this day. This was back in 2004. I remember I had just taken a job with the Holiday Inn as a catering
sales manager.
Yes, catering sales manager. And I had said prior to having my son, I was a catering manager at the Hilton Northbrook. And I had always said, I'm never going back to operations. And then I had my son and I went back to operations for the very part-time for the 10 years that I was at home with my babies. And then I got that job. And then you called me because I had sent my resume out to a bunch of hotels, and you called me and I went, back to operations, but it's a Marriott. And then I remember I called and I got your voice message, and your voice message said, it's a great day at the Chicago Marriott Northwest. This is Peggy Olson. And I went, yes. I mean, that was really different for that time to answer your answer machine to say, it's a great day at the Chicago Marriott Northwest. I immediately knew that I was in the vibe of where I wanted to be. And then I proceeded to meet you. And I remember walking through the front doors of that Marriott, and I went, it is so beautiful.
It is a beautiful hotel. And also, that's a very good point, Christine, because even though it's little, it's my voicemail message. It said something about us. It said something about me.
It did.
So that's another thing I wanted to mention, is that I want to empower candidates and consultants to, show who you are in subtle ways, because how I gauge good candidates is how fast you call me back, how fast you email me back. When I find you in Indeed and I tell you to write me an email at my email address and move out of that funky messaging, and you don't do it, I'm like, oh, they don't take direction very well, or they don't read what I write to you. So candidate behavior shows up in all kinds of ways, right down to the voicemail message you have on your phone, which I have called many people that have music, or they have something funky, or they have, hey, what up? Leave me a message. Like, it says something about you. So when you're in a search and you're looking, pay attention to what you're saying, even when it's not you.
Yes. And you're out of office. I can't tell you how many people said, even you're out of awesome. Even you're out of office is awesome, Christine, because I always make it engaging and fun. Maybe even put in a little video if you're going to be away for the week. If your client can get at least a little taste of what your energy is like if they don't know you. So great. It's all about all of those experiences and how you leave people feeling. And I have to share one other tip since we're talking about this. This is something I just learned. I'm not sure if you have it on yours or not, but if not, anybody out there, I want to show you this. On your LinkedIn, you can add how you pronounce your name, an audio. So if you go, for example, if you search me, Christine, on, sorry for anybody who's listening, I'm going to show a little thing here. On your LinkedIn, there's a little speaker next to my name. And that is to help you pronounce your name for people who might not know how to pronounce your name, which Trippy is pretty easy, but I still want to give my energy. So here's what I have. I'm going to put it here. Let's see if it'll work. Oh, it's not working. Oh, that's because my volume's down, I think. Let's see.
Hey, I'm Christine Trippy of the Wise Pineapple, helping leaders and organizations be confident, empowered, and lead from the heart to reach those sweet results.
Did you hear it?
Yeah. Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Well, you can just put your name or you can put a little greeting. But how nice is that to be able to go to LinkedIn and see, have that and get a little bit of that message in from your voice. I love that.
It's like a virtual calling card, you know?
Exactly. So I love that. Anyways, because we got on that conversation, I just had to share that. Great tip, all of you out there. If you didn't know about that, to add it, especially if you have a name that might be challenging to pronounce and letting people hear you say it. So that's really great too. Well, we've talked about it a few times as the director of fun. I always like to make room for a little bit of fun. So the very first person I saw use this, the Who Am I, was Peggy at the Chicago Marriott Northwest. And I have used it in every team ever since I saw Peggy use it.
Wow.
So, yeah, right? See, all this is coming out. It's like my friends, think about this. We're saying things that we never even knew. We've been friends for decades now. And you never know when you're making an impression on somebody. I literally have goosebumps right now. You never know the small little thing. It could be during a huddle. It could be a Facebook post comment you made to somebody, and they remember it for their whole life. You never know when you're doing that for someone. So be empowered to make those impacts and lead from the heart and make them great. All right. So my little fun thing for you today is I have some of my who am I questions here for you, and I want you to answer those.
Okay.
What color makes you happy?
Sky blue.
Oh, sky blue. I love that. What is your favorite store to shop in?
Talbots.
Talbots. I like it. Talbots. What is your favorite indulgence? It's your birthday and you're going to treat yourself. What is it?
New York cheesecake.
Oh, any flavor or just plain cheesecake?
Just plain
cheesecake. Okay. Book or podcast? Which one do you prefer, book or podcast?
Book.
And do you have a favorite, or what are you reading right now?
I am reading You Are a Badass Again.
Oh, good. I'm rereading Dare to Lead by Brene. I feel like I'm getting a PhD.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's amazing. All right. What is your secret talent besides making people's dreams come true?
Probably playing piano.
I did not know that you play piano.
Secret, right?
I should have had you go and play us a little piano, dang it. All right. And last one, where is your favorite vacation spot?
Nags Head.
What's Nags Head? Where's that?
North Carolina, Virginia, down in North Carolina. It's beautiful.
Very nice. I've never been there. I'll have to put that on my list. And is there any place on your list that if you had 2 free tickets first class to go anywhere, where would it be?
Oh, where your daughter is.
Oh, in Italy. Did you see all the food she's eating?
Yes. I mean, yeah, I'm fascinated with Italy, anything with Italy. So I thought the show we were kind of virtually watching together. Oh gosh.
Yes, with Daniel Tucci.
Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci. Yes, so good.
Yeah, I had to, like, I just became obsessed with going. I started looking for airfare because I really want to go.
Yeah, well, if you go, let me know. I'll have my daughter give you some tips.
Okay.
That's awesome. I love it. Well, tell everybody where they can connect with your awesomeness.
Okay. I am, of course, on LinkedIn, Peggy Olson, and I am under the Carver Companies umbrella. And I also am playing around with helping with our marketing efforts. So I'm getting a little bit more creative with that. So pay attention to Carver Hotel Group on LinkedIn. And also, where else? I'm not on Instagram. I am on Facebook. But of course, you can come in to me through peggy.olson@thecarvercompanies.com.
Yes, and the email is, or the website's right up there as well, for Carver. And we always end every single huddle with great energy.
Yes.
So what is our word of the day, Peggy?
Our word today is people.
People. All right. So wherever you are in the world, I want you to put your hand in with us. Peggy, you want to count us down?
Sure. 3, 2, 1.
People! Awesome. Peggy, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everything you've been to me in my life. I am so grateful for our friendship. Thank you.
I am as well. And it's so wonderful to see you. Thank you for asking me.
You're so welcome. I will see you soon.
Okay. Take care.